I'm back. What you looking at, kitty? What you looking at? Who is this kitty? Who is this SpongeBob? Well, it's been 4 years. And since I did that viral video, not wasn't viral. What are you talking about? Hey, wasn't viral. Was not viral. Didn't even get 1,000 views. Anyway, so you're wondering the update. Well, hey, are you ready? Are you ready? Do you want to reveal yourself? You think like my girlfriend's hiding back there. Well, she's not, because she doesn't exist. Because not one, not two, not three, not four, but 4 years. I am still a virgin. That's right. Who would have thought? So a lot has changed. This is not about talking about my virginity, because we've already talked about that, haven't we? Haven't we, kitty cat? So, what have I been doing? So I have moved location, about 1,000 kilometers, which is about 650 miles for all the Americans out there. And moved south to a place called Dunedin, which is famous, world famous, for the world's steepest street. And it had a cabaret factory which closed just last year and is being demolished and building a hospital. Boring facts for you from if you ever want to come to Dunedin. You can't go to the cabaret factory anymore. And it's known for its cold. It only snows once a year since I've been here, coming up 4 years. So yeah, basically just after, not long after I actually made that video, within 6 months, it's only a few months, about 5 months, 4 or 5 months, I decided that, well, nothing much was happening where I was, so I came down here, and then after a couple of years I bought this house, and since then the market has gone up and up and up, and even within the last month, that the house price has gone up $20,000, which is a lot, and that's good for us. More cat food for you, buddy. More cat food for you. And I've been through different jobs. We won't name them. But I was a motorcycle postie for a couple of years down here. And then I did a building course because I was just sick of going from job to job and crap bosses and whatnot. And so, yeah, did a building course, and so I'm handy with DIY. Always been DIY when I was at my last place, and I've still held on to that as a rental, which is great because it means I'm like, well, not a multi-millionaire, not even a millionaire, but yeah, I've got lots of money that is stuck in investments, stuck in lots of equity, but no cash money to actually do anything with. And obviously, we're in a worldwide pandemic, so travel, although here in New Zealand, people are still travelling overseas, but when they come back, they have to pay $3,500 for their 2 weeks of mandatory isolation. So, that is that. Now, I've still got my cat. He's 18 years old. 18! And he's still the little mischief. Excuse me? He's my angel, aren't you? My guardian angel. My best friend. But, sadly, I don't know if it was in the last video or not, but my dog sadly ran away just after I bought this house, actually. Or he ran away several times. But eventually it was just too much, and I got $150 fine each time, even though for a year's registration it cost $110, and then and he was only at the pound for a couple of hours before I picked him up, and I had to pay $150, which was just crazy. And then even in the end, when he ran away for the last time, and I just couldn't deal with it because I had personal issues going on, and and so I just thought it was just too hard for me to even make contact with the pound, because I knew that it was just going to be more money, and how many more times was he going to run away and just keep on costing me. And to me it was just ransom. So sadly I didn't ring up, which made me look bad, but I know within my heart that I gave him a good life. I had him for 5 years, and that's all that matters. He knows that. I'm the best owner he'll ever have. We took him on a 20k run once, and he still wasn't tired because he was just a machine, and he ate a whole big block of chocolate, like 200 grams of chocolate. I love to tell the tale. And when I got him fixed, got the chip, snip, snip, he had a cone on his head, big cone in that. Oh, I don't think I have a picture here, but it's supposed to be in for 7 days, and then you go back and they take the stitches out. Well, I came home from work and he came running up to the fence, and I was like, "Where's your cone, boy?" And he'd taken it off because they didn't tie it on enough, and he ended up ripping out his stitches, which was the whole point of the cone on his head. So he couldn't rip out the stitches, and so it was in there for like a day. And again, he lived to tell the story because he's a beast. He's not an animal, just an animal. So anyway, I've gone to the effort as a memorial, even though he's probably still alive. So we're up here of photos. So you can see that. Oh yeah, that was one of the times where he got locked up in the kennel. I went to rescue him. Paid $150. That was another time where he basically got into the rubbish, and he was pretty proud of himself. And there's some sunbathing, and oh, look at that, he's just peeking through the door. That was cute. Oh, another one, he used to bury himself under the blankets, and I was like, you just make me laugh and smile. You just bring so much joy into my life. Oh, and that's the. I thought that was quite fitting, so I basically made this collage, just at the Photoshop, and I thought, that's pretty cool. He's just like looking at it into the sunset, just sitting there. Who knows what's going through his mind? What goes through a dog's mind? Just chilling. A lot of chilling. Doing a little river crossing. Stream crossing. It's not a river. That was... Okay, we'll do the other ones. That's at the waterfalls. I had him up on top of the railing, trying to balance him up there. That was when we were on the beach, and it was a very hot day, and I had a tent, and he was just trying to get some shade. He was panting a lot, very thirsty. That's at Cathedral Cove. If you've ever watched Narnia, if you're a fan, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, that's where that is filmed. That location, very popular summer spot. And he's just chilling in the bush. And so this final one of him in the basket is my last photo of him before he ran away. So that's pretty memorable to me as well, and just the way that he's looking. And yeah, it's sad, but hey, life goes on, doesn't it? And so I guess on the subject of females, has there been any females in my life? Yes, there has. I haven't necessarily been on any dates as yet, and yeah, there have been people come into my life that I've fancied. I've been on Christian dating sites, and yeah, just gone through periods and patches, and obviously just trying to still sort my life out and figure out what I want to do, because I just got fired from a job last week, a week ago. So that was a pretty cool birthday present, but seriously it was because they were just a-holes, to put it politely. Some of the people were nice, but overall I think it was, and I use this word toxic as a place, so I think ultimately it was their loss and not mine. So yeah, I guess, and yeah, I still have not been kissed. No surprises. It just seems to be every year that nothing really changes. And yeah, I'm the person that changed. So yeah, when I came down to Dunedin, I've taken up, since I've taken up squash, which is a racket sport. I never played squash before. I was always fascinated about it, but I had this opportunity. They had a beginners course at a local squash club, which I live literally across the road from. And I was walking my dog at the time past it, not even knowing it was a squash court, and they had the sign up. So I've been in that for 3 years, love it. I'm just hooked. Go down there every week, a couple of times a week. And so I have had this year met a lovely girl, female, woman, she's not a girl, and yeah, I guess because it's not that I'm shy, but I guess that is my weakness. Woman is my weakness. It's like my kryptonite. Like, you're strangling me. I cannot ask you out. Like, how do I even do that? Because I haven't had that experience, maybe. And so, yes. But, yeah, I do fancy her, and I'm not sure that she feels the same way, but who knows? Watch the space. maybe for my 40th birthday update that well, who knows? You may just see me in the seat again, or hopefully I would have moved by then and sold up this house so that I can have some money to live a better life, and a bit more freedom, and loosen the purse strings. Buy a decent motorbike. So I rode a motorbike from Auckland to Dunedin overnight in January. So I went up to Auckland to watch women's tennis for a week. I got my tournament pass. I did that last year. And yeah, in like 2 days. So if you're not going to look up a map of for where Auckland to Dunedin is. So Auckland is not at the top of the country. Well, it is at the top of the country, not at the very top, but it's the biggest city in New Zealand. 1.5 million people. New Zealand's population is 5 million, so pretty small compared to the rest of the world. And yeah, Auckland's population is more than the whole of the South Island. That's where I live. And so, distance-wise, it's roughly 2,000 kilometres. No. And yeah, that seems a lot, doesn't it? Maybe I have to look that up. It's a lot anyway. I rode a lot of kilometres. Yeah, no, it is. It's close to 2,000. Maybe it's like 1,800 from Auckland to Dunedin. I should look that up. I'll just keep rambling while I look that up on the old phone. So, even though I'm not a woman, so I can't multitask. What are you talking about? Oh, Sparky, yeah, my cat Sparky here. Say hello, Sparky. I've still got SpongeBob. Should retire him, really. He's looking a bit the worse for wear. And so, let me go to the maps. Basically, I've just struggled. Like, I met a lot of people since I've been down in Dunedin, and I got on to Meetup. If anybody knows Meetup, nobody will watch this anyway. Who am I kidding? So, Meetup. It's like an internet for not for loners, but for people who can't find friends, and it's like an internet dating site, but there's nothing romantic about it. It's just people who want to find common interests. So basically the meetup groups. Oh, there you go. It's 1,500. Still a lot though. That's how much it is. Can't even see it because the light's crap. 21 hours and 10 minutes, Google says. So yeah, it was about 10 hours each day that I rode my motorbike, and it was pretty amazing. And now my motorbike is pretty much crapped out. So yeah, if I get some money, then I will be able to get a better motorbike, because I love riding, because I'm single. That's what single people do. But I'm not the sort of person that likes riding with other motorbikes. Now I feel like I'm just rambling. Should just end this. But before you go, no. So yes, a meetup group, and nobody's gonna watch us. I'll just keep on rambling. Hey, Winnie the Pooh says hello. Do you feel me? Do you feel me, people of the internet world? YouTube, Tubeob, and yeah, Meetup was a great group. So I got into that, and there was like a social singles group, which is still going. For me, it didn't work out because I just didn't have those connections, and I wasn't looking for anything romantic. Like, I had male friendships within that group, and then things just turned toxic with one of the people who was a core member of that link, or whatever you call it, clusters, or people were quite quite close together, and sometimes that can result in other people coming in to be like left out. Like, everybody's in a huddle and you're trying to get in that huddle, and that's pretty difficult, isn't it? If somebody doesn't let you in, how are you going to get in that huddle? You're just going to force yourself in, and then nobody wants that, because then that's rude, isn't it? If you just push in, oh, that's rude. So that's $1 million question, isn't it? That how do you get into a huddle when people are always there? So anyway, I saw an opportunity, because I don't drink, and a lot of the times they were going out to drink or eat meals, pay lots of money. Obviously, I'm thrifty. I'd rather eat a meal at home. So there was an opportunity, because in Dunedin there's not many meetup groups, and I had my own group, and this grew to 350 members. It was very popular, and I had probably about 20 people maximum for an event. I organised paintball, Tempin bowling, we did bushwalks, there's plenty of bushwalks, we went cycling, we did more bushwalks. Oh, we did a barbecue. Yeah, I did paintball and barbecue, and then we did like walks and barbecues, because there's cool areas down here where they have free barbecues, like just outdoor areas, and you just push a button, it's gas operated, and it's got a timer on it, and you bring your meat, and you bring your plates and everything. So I organised all of that, and just asked people to bring, like basically a donation. And yeah, like we had some really good times, and they're good memories. But And did I make a single friend out of that? No. So yeah, it has been a difficult road. But you know, animals are the most loyal creatures, living creatures with heartbeats in this world, and I don't think other people would argue with me on that and people's experiences. So yes, but if anyone has any advice on love, relationships, some people are gonna say, shave that beard off. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. You just have to wait and see. Yes, I'm pointing at you. No, you at the back. At the side there. Pointing at you. Yo, yo, yo. You down the corner. Yo. Pointing at you. Everyone. No. And I understand that. You know, the whole attraction thing. I've been over this with other people, freak females' advice. But again, I say that there are men out there with long hair and beards that are married and have children, and that's how they are in their wedding photos. You know, maybe they weren't like that when the initial attraction happened, but maybe they were too. And you know, vice versa. There are women with boy haircuts, or you know, buzz cut shaved heads, pixie cuts, very short hair, that are in relationships and that are married, and their husbands accept them for who they are. And oh, wouldn't that be great if everybody could feel that way? Not just me, but everyone could just feel accepted in some way, shape, or form by someone who had common interests with, and they could, you know, do things like I'd go to concerts by myself. Last concert I went to last year in Dunedin was Pink. That was amazing. Does an acrobatic show, and you know, I go to the movies by myself, and I'm sure I said this in the last video, and nothing's changed. But I did buy a sports car, two-door sports car, because I was sick of driving a four-door car by myself. So I was like, right, no, that's it. I'm going to buy a cool sports car, two-door, because I'm hardly ever going to have passengers in it. So, funny story that if you've made it this far, congratulations. You are awesome. That only a couple of months ago, I've had this for 2 years, this car, this Toyota Celica 2000, and only a couple of months ago I found out it was a 6-speed and not a 5-speed, because it's a manual, because who doesn't love manuals? America, you call it stick shift. I don't know what you call it in Britain or in India. I think it's manual is a pretty universal term. I mean, you have manual and automatics, but I do like stick shift. Stick shift is a cool word. I don't know why I did that. Stick shift. There I go again. Stop doing it, Sparky. Stick shift. Look, Sparky's doing it. Stick shift. Stick shift. Stick shift. Manual. Can you drive? So I went, before I got fired from my job, I had a bit of a mental breakdown. I'm not going to go into details of that, but hence why I got fired. And it was an unfair dismissal, which I'm in the process of battling legally. So I took my Toyota Celica two-door, 6-speed, and got acquainted with it. I took it all the way up to the top of New Zealand, which was definitely 2,000 kilometres. Yeah, I actually drove in 2 weeks 4,600 kilometres, which in miles is roughly 3,000 miles in 2 weeks. And I had 4 new tyres on it, and yeah, this job was a good job. It was a good paying job anyway, so I was able to get it back on the road because, yeah, anyway, COVID, I was unemployed, didn't have a job and that, so I didn't have much money. And yeah, so I drove it right up to the top of New Zealand. They've got this lighthouse, which is famous in New Zealand, and they've got this international sign of all the other not countries, cities, like big cities like New York, Sydney, London, Paris, Toronto. It's got Antarctica, Bluff, which is the other end of New Zealand, and it's got their distances. So it's got the sign, or it's got the direction where all these places are. It was pretty cool. And so I drove up there, and I took my nephew along the way. He doesn't live in Dunedin, he lives in the North Island. And yeah, that was really cool and freeing, and it was just a good adventure because I'm an adventurous person, and some lucky lady is missing out. You're missing out. You missing out. I mean, how many females are actually going to watch this? That's what I want to know. How many? I should stop pointing. How many? How many gonna watch this? So, anyway, my birthday is actually tomorrow, but for the world of the internet, it's today. And I got a massage, and a full body massage, and a trim. I should really film this tomorrow. Maybe I will. Nah. But maybe I'll just do like a little snippet. So I'm going to a salon to get my hair washed, which I've never done, and I've never got a full body massage either. And I had a brush here because I was going to do some ASMR. Where did my brush go? I had it here. Did it fall off? What did you do with my brush? ASMR. It's just got so many. I don't take care of my hair. Like I said, I haven't been to a salon in years. Like, how long are we talking? Over 5 years. Definitely not since I've been down here, and that's almost been 4 years. And so, how long have I been rambling for? The cat likes the hairbrush. Look at that, eh? So, do you like ASMR? Of course you do. Everybody likes ASMR. I feel it is quite divided though. There's so many knots in my hair. So I want to get the split ends done, and I want to get a cool braid style. If anybody knows what a double Dutch or French braid is, that's what I want. I don't want, I still want a bit of the length. That's my plan anyway. And I think I may be getting my nails done. Oh, who am I? I'm a crazy person. Crazy. And now I've got like $500,000 in equity in my 2 houses. Somebody's missing out. Anyway, I'm going to end it there because, yeah, you're finished. So, if you watched any or all of this, thank you very much. You are cool. I'm signing out. Boo!